Students, Assalamu alaikum. I hope you are well. Now, I will discuss about measures of dispersion. Very important chapter. So let's go start now. Now, measures of dispersion. Measures of dispersion. How many types of measures of dispersion? We know that two types of measures of dispersion. Please look at the board. Number one, measures of dispersion. Absolute measures of dispersion. Absolute measures of dispersion. Measures of dispersion. First number, absolute measures of dispersion, and second number, relative measures of dispersion. Relative measures of dispersion. Measures of dispersion. Again, I say again, how many types of measures of dispersion? Two types of measures of dispersion. First type, absolute measures of dispersion. Second type, relative measures of dispersion. Now, I will discuss about absolute measures of dispersion and relative measures of dispersion. Absolute measures of dispersion. How many types of absolute measures of dispersion? Four types of measures of dispersion. First number one, range. Number one, range. Number two, mean deviation. Number two, mean deviation. Number three, standard deviation. Standard deviation and variance. Number four, quartile deviation. Again, I say again, four types of absolute measures of dispersion. First type, number one, range. Number two, mean deviation. Number three, standard deviation and variance. Number four, quartile deviation. Number two, relative measures of dispersion. Then, how many types of relative measures of dispersion? Then, four types measures of dispersion. First number, coefficient of range. Number two, coefficient of mean deviation. Number three, coefficient of variation. Number four, coefficient of quartile deviation. So, again, four types of relative measures of dispersion. First type, coefficient of range. Second type, coefficient of mean deviation. Third type, coefficient of variation. Fourth type, coefficient of quartile deviation. Attention please student. I say again, how many types of absolute measures of dispersion? First type range, second type mean deviation, third type standard deviation and variation, and quartile deviation. Remember it, first number range, second number mean deviation, third number standard deviation and variance, fourth number quartile deviation. Now I will discuss about range. First number, range. So range, number one, range. Range. What do you mean by range? It is difference between largest value and highest value and lowest value. Again, range it is called large difference between largest value and lowest value. It is called range. For example, data non-classified, for non-classified data, for non-classified data, classified data, for non-classified data, suppose 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 and 7. It is non-classified data. Here lowest value, highest value is 7. It is denoted by highest value, highest value, highest value. It is denoted by ace equals to 7, and lowest value, it is denoted by L equals to 1. Here highest value ace equals to 7 and lowest value equals to 1. So range it is called difference between highest value and lowest value. So we can write range equals to highest value minus lowest value. Now putting the value of highest value is 7 and lowest value is 1. So 7 minus 1 equals to 6. This is a range. Again, range. Again, I say again, what do you mean by range? It is difference between highest value and lowest value. Now this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Here highest value is 7 and lowest value is 1. Highest value it is denoted by ace and lowest value it is denoted by L equals to 1. So we know that range equals to ace minus L. So putting the value of ace is 7, L is 1. 7 minus 1 equals to 6. Again find the value of coefficient of range. Now coefficient of range. Coefficient of range. We know that coefficient of range equals to highest value minus lowest value by highest value plus lowest value into 100%. Coefficient of range, formula of coefficient of range, highest value minus lowest value by highest value plus lowest value into 100%. Now putting the value of ace is 7 minus 1 by 7 plus 1 into 100%. So 6 by 8 into 100%. Now using calculator 600 by 8 equals to 75%. 75%. So I hope that students are clear. Range 6 and coefficient of range is 75%. Another example for classified data. For classified data, here 10 class interval 10, 20, 20, 30, 30, 40, 40, 50, 50, 60 and frequency given. Class interval given and frequency given. Now find the range and coefficient of range for classified data. Here highest value a is equals to highest upper limit of a class interval is 60. It is denoted by 8. Upper limit of a class interval, it is denoted by 8. 8 equals to 60. And lower limit of a class interval is 10. It is denoted by L. L equals to 10. So A is equals to 60 and L equals to 10. By the definition of range, we know that range equals to A's minus L. Now putting the value of A's is 60, L is 10. So equals to 50. So range equals to 50. I hope that you are clear. Next, coefficient. Find the coefficient of range. So coefficient of range, coefficient of range, we know that coefficient of range equals to highest value minus h minus L by h plus L into 100%. Student, look at the board. We know that coefficient of range equals to h minus L by h plus L into 100%. Now putting the value of h and L. H is 60, L is 10 by h is 60 plus L is 10 into 100%. So 50 by 70 into 100%. Using calculator, 50 into 100, 50 into 100, divide 70 equals to 71.42%. 71 to 1.42%. So coefficient of range, again coefficient of range h minus L by h plus L into 100%. We are putting the value of h is 60, L is 10 by 60 plus 10 into 100%. So result 71.42. For another example, find range and coefficient of range for non-classified data. The height of five bowlers of Bangladesh cricket team in centimeter is 162, 172, 176, 176 and 184. Here highest value is 184 and lowest value is 160. So highest value, it is denoted by A's equals to 184. Highest value is 184 and lowest value L equals to 162. And by the definition of range, we know that range equals to highest value minus lowest value equals to highest value is 184 minus 162 equals to 184 and minus 162 equals to 184 minus 162 equals to 22. 22. And now find the value. Here range equals to highest value minus lowest value. Highest value is 184 and lowest value 162 equals to 22. Now find the coefficient of range. Coefficient of range. We know that coefficient of range equals to highest value h minus L by h plus L into 100%. Now putting the value of h is 184 minus 162 by 184 plus 162 into 100%. Then 184 minus 162, 22 by 184 plus 162, 184 plus 162 equals to 346, equals to 346 into 100. Using calculator 2200 divide 346 equals to 6.35%. 2200 divide 346 6.35 6.35% for non-classified data. Again, another example for classified data. Here given obtain marks in higher maths first paper of 60 students. Here marks 50 to 60, 10, 60 to 70, 15, 70 to 80, 16, 80 to 90, 15, 90 to 100, 4. Here upper limit of a class interval is 100. So let upper limit of a class interval, it is denoted by age equals to 100. And lower limit of a class interval is 50, it is denoted by L equals to 50. Now we know that range equals to highest value minus lowest value. So 100 minus 50 equals to 50. So range equals to 50. Again, we know that coefficient of range equals to, we know that coefficient of range h minus L by h plus L into 100%. Putting the value of h is 100 minus 50 by 100 plus 50 into 100%. So 50 by 150 into 100%. Now using calculator, here 50 into 100, 50 into 100 divide 150 equals to 33.33 equals to 33.33%. So range equals to, value of range equals to 50 and value of coefficient of range is 33.33%. I hope that students are clear. See you again next class. So Allah Hafiz.